Cameron, another really fun weekend for the Whitworth women's soccer team. A couple of hard-fought but well-deserved victories at home against Lewis and Clark and George Fox, teams that we are right in the thick of battling with for a spot on the table. Take us back through this weekend, Saturday's 2-0 win over the Pioneers and Sunday's 1-0 thriller against George Fox.
Yeah. Yeah, like you said, really fun games. Ones where overall our performance was good. Three halves especially, we were really dominant. So against Lewis and Clark, I thought it was probably our best performance of the year in terms of just being complete. Dominant of the ball, dominant of the space, dominated the chances. Scored two awesome goals, just enjoyable to see, to be a part of. Really proud of how we played in that game. And then came back Sunday. I think maybe heavy leg, heavy minds, I don't know. But weren't our best in the first half of that game. A little bit disjointed in our passing, cohesiveness, and attack. We weren't poor, but we weren't good. So at halftime, refocus ourselves, and second half, much more jointed, much more synergy, and created better chances. Probably should have scored even really early in the second half. But waited all the way until the last 10 minutes to get the ball just across the line to give us the 1-0 win. So, sport can be a game of inches sometimes. In a good performance, it ended up being that, all said and done on Sunday. But yeah, 2 wins at home, beautiful weather, beautiful weekend, wonderful soccer. It was really fun.
This team has won 4 out of its last 5 matches after what was admittedly a rougher start to the season. In the non-conference schedule and then the beginning of conference play.
Yeah.
Talk about how this team has been able to hold together in its belief in what you guys are working on and trying to do without panicking, without maybe going a different direction from where you were trying to lead them.
Yeah, I try to lead always identity and process oriented, and the group buys into that really well. I appreciate how much they're willing to pick up and go, because for sure we're competitors. We want to win the games. When we focus this way, though, who we are, how we do what we do, it allows us to be consistent even when it's tough. And we were 0-3 to start. We had every opportunity to have a better record than that in those first 3 games, but it didn't go that way. And so, we just stayed persistent. We have been consistent, even though our results, our outcomes haven't. That's been frustrating. Those are tough pills to swallow, and in the end, we kept moving on, kept kicking on, and it's been represented every day in training, coming to improve, and then in the last 5 games especially, we've seen what we can do. So it's a good place for us to be. With these last few results, we get ourselves back in the mix like we ought to be. Some recovery from how it started, and now we get to see how we can close out the second half of conference.
Starting the second half of conference the way you started the first half of conference against the 2 top teams in the league. So in terms of your impact on where the standings are, you have a huge opportunity this weekend. What do we expect from POU and Puget Sound this weekend that maybe we didn't get from them the first time around, or what might be different this weekend?
Yeah, I think mostly I put the ball in our court, or on our foot. We will look to see how we can control the games even more. We went and got right in the face of both opponents when we were at their place. It's a tough thing to do away. Proud of how we did that, mentality-wise, performance-wise. Proud of what we did there. Now, how can we manage the whole of the game even better? Tactically set up periods of each half as we manage the total 90 minutes in performance. So, against POU, against POU, important to be counter-resistant. They're a really tough defensive team, organized. They care a lot about that side of the ball, and then they break fast out of there. So we want to make sure we set ourselves up for success in this way, that they're not able to break so often and so efficiently. Against UPS, probably more of a back and forth kind of game, and who will take the chances that are created. So we'll do everything we can to limit theirs, especially we know who their top goal scorer is. so to limit their chances and their opportunities. And then, yeah, when we get ours, we'll pounce on them. So at their place, at UPS that is, we weren't responsible enough in our defensive set pieces. We have to show how we've grown in that way as we step out for both games this weekend.